All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We might get something on NQ right off rip here this morning. A bias on MNQ, MES, and Bitcoin are leaning bearish this morning. Where gold is leaning very bullish. Good morning, hey YouTube. I love it. YouTube Sarksy, I think, or you were first. I love it, dude. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. All right. It's another fresh day. MES is also looking bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if gold does see some kind of retracement. Oh, I don't know how I like that on gold. No fair value ups though on gold. Okay, we got that new. Okay, NQ went down lower. ES went down lower. All right, ES wicked above, but looks lower. And gold gave us a wick like that. I like gold. Sean, what's up? Let's go, dude. Let's go. Gold actually might give us something here. This is the nearest fair value. How many points is that? Ooh, that is deep. That is deep for gold. Gold's bias is definitely bullish. What is that new feature on TradingView? Oh, up there. That is the fair value gap. Maybe we'll get something a little better set up here on gold. Just kind of watching it. There's also this 5-minute fair value gap right here that has formed. There's a 5-minute fair value gap above us. Holy smokes, look at M and Q. All right, looks like gold might give us something here. Oh, nope. Oh my gosh. I think I'm only gonna do 2. Yeah. Okay, we're in on this one. Gold gave us a setup so far this morning. I only took 2 contracts just because how wide this position is. We'll take one off at that high, or the 2R target up there. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here on gold. It's swept below these lows here, all the way down to these lows right here, in a 15-minute fair value gap, pushing off. And then you drop down to the 1-minute time frame. Nice V-shaped recovery. And then this is the nearest inverse fair value gap fair value gap we could have inverted. So yes. And then hopefully we can get an order block and take off some risk and move our stop loss up. So we just took one on gold. Took a little lighter position, only 2 contracts, just because the the spread on that. I'm also seeing Bitcoin over here. What is the reaction we're going to get on this London low? I'm going to be pretty locked in during this beginning of this stream. So if I'm not looking at chat or something, it's just because I'm locked in on the charts. We also have this 15-minute fair value gap above us on gold. Also prices in this 1 hour fair value gap on gold. This could potentially play against us if the 1 hour wants to retrace down to this discounted range. This could play against us. Yeah, it looks like gold is finding support at that fair value gap. A little bit of aggressive trade here. Yeah, I don't like this displacement. Yeah, it looks like gold might continue to head down lower. Too bad gold didn't give us anything for a short. Still could hold here. Maybe give us a new order block. We just got a brand new 5-minute candle. So maybe this 5-minute candle can push up and give us an order block, but we'll see. We'll see if this leaves us a fair value gap, and then if it can invert this guy. All right, see if what price does with this fair value gap. I'm hoping we can invert it. Oh, I just noticed Bitcoin. Yeah, it looks like gold might fail here. Yeah, gold's gonna fail here. It's respecting that fair value gap. Thing with Bitcoin, like just like with gold, right? It looks like gold wants to retrace down, right? And Bitcoin overall bias is bearish. And looks like price, like look at this big bearish move, retrace back up. Looks like Bitcoin wants to target these Asia lows and day lows. So I'm a little hesitant to even want to potentially take a long here. I'm watching how the 1 minute on Bitcoin reacts to some of these fair value gaps that it's formed. But overall for me, Bitcoin is more bearish than bullish. NQ is still dumping. Yeah. Let's go, dude. On a bearish trade. I love it. On a short. Yeah, I'm like learning like that, like right, gold over here. Oop, wrong one. Gold over here, like I noticed that on the 1 hour, right, we are very bullish. We are very bullish, but we're in that key level that potentially could cause it to short. And I thought with where gold was at, right, with this impulsive move, and we came down to this fair value gap, I thought that long could be a play where it comes in to tax this external range of liquidity one more time. But it looks like it's gonna instead just keep pushing through. Same for Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it's still pushing through. Oh, let me take off my limit order. MNQ still looks like it's diving. This 1 minute kill shot, I assume, is probably where you were looking. This is probably a great spot. Or even up right around here. NQ has hit into the new week opening gap and into that really important level that we've been watching. So this could definitely be where NQ decides to reverse here and potentially give us a good opportunity. I'm glad I ignored that Bitcoin trade. I feel like I'm seeing the market better. I wanted to take the stab on gold just because the overall bias is bullish, but I feel like I'm seeing it. Like I feel like I saw that, you know, it wants to go lower because you have this way larger impulse move on gold, right? Boom. And we're almost a discount right around Asia low and in this big, large 1 hour fair value gap. And there's this 15-minute fair value gap down here. I feel like this could be an area of where gold maybe sees that right in here. Gold sees a good reaction for us. Let me delete that. NQ, I'm excited to see what happens here. I'm going to be waiting for a 1 minute kill shot set up on this one because I think we can get something really. It could also have a V-shaped recovery and leave without us, so we'll see what kind of happens. I want to see something. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Nice. We're already at 101 likes on the stream. I love it. I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Okay. All these are irrelevant. This is irrelevant. Okay, I'm interested to see how Bitcoin reacts here. I want to see a little bit more here than just a bullish candle. I want to see one more sweep of this low. All right, I've cleaned up the charts of what has been disrespected, what is irrelevant now, and now we can lock in on what isn't kind of important. NQ, I think, is in a really good spot. We'll see what happens here, but I'm not convinced yet that gold is good here. If we invert this. Oh man, Bitcoin is shooting up. Bitcoin had inversions here, but it never even retraced into them. Wow, look at Bitcoin. See if Bitcoin has any kind of retracement, or see what it does at these highs. These highs here. Just marking out important levels. So if we do start hitting into things, I have the levels marked out. Okay. And then wow, Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin ripped. What's gonna be confirmation for me? For which asset? NQ? Candle Kid? Confirmation should be whatever your trading model is. So whatever your trading model is of, do you wait for liquidity sweep? Do you look for, this is day trading? Yes, this is day trading. Because my confirmation could be way different than your confirmation, Candle Kid. Thank you so much for the follow. Sell of equilibrium. Yep, that could be your confirmation, right? That, like, equilibrium, right? For some people, this is their little 5-minute range. They're gonna see what happens at equilibrium, you know, and then see, does it give a sell opportunity, or does it keep pushing through, right? Like, for me, I would personally want to sit on my hands, because we are this level right here is a very important level that could flip the market to go bullish, and we rip to these external range liquidities, right? I don't know if the sellers are going to continue pushing through and go lower. Like, I don't know with this level. This level is very important on this chart for NQ. So, like, a sell, you know, sell would be, I would say you just want to target external range liquidity, not much farther. That's my like analysis of the chart right now. So Bitcoin just hit into this high and gave a large rejection off of that one. I would actually I'm pretty down to take this short here on Bitcoin. All right, I just hopped in a short here on Bitcoin. My bias on Bitcoin is ultimately bearish. We'll see what we get here. This could be something that plays against us. But I like this reaction from this 5-minute high. And we'll see that if Bitcoin decides to give us the trade opportunity here. I'll where's all my, there they are. Sorry if I'm missing chat stuff. I gotta lock in on this real quick. Get this all set up. Okay. We'll see how this reacts. Very large displacement on the 1 minute, but I like this reaction on the 5 from this high, this very large rejection wick, right? And price, ultimately, when you go to higher time frames on Bitcoin has a bearish bias. And this kind of goes along with that bias. So I think this is a good short opportunity here on Bitcoin. If you're looking on TikTok, if you're not on the horizontal, you're on the portrait, yes, you're looking at NQ. But I also trade Bitcoin at the same. Yeah, I think this is a good sell opportunity, Sean. Yeah, I agree. NQ Goon. Imagine if you knew how to trade. I know, I wish. Expose. Fair value gaps don't exist, right? But this, remember, if you're looking at NQ, this H1 fair value gap that I have drawn out is also a new week opening gap. Yeah, 25,269 is that day low. And that black line right here is a day low. Why is it not? Let me fix that. There's a day low down there on NQ. That's why I want to see NQ come down and sweep this. I think if anything, NQ is going to come down and sweep this one more time before it does anything. Yeah, no, I think this is a manipulative move on Bitcoin, Sean. I think it's a manipulative move to snag orders and then hopefully push market down further. All right, I'm interested to see how does Bitcoin react in this 5-minute fair value gap. Bitcoin has bounced into these two 15-minute fair value gaps and seems to be respecting them. So hopefully Bitcoin can now push through this little 5-minute fair value gap off that 5-minute high and off the and we have this other 5-minute fair value gap above us over here, which probably has a 15-minute. Yep, and a 15-minute. How did I not have that drawn out? Yeah, like that. Oh man, I am cold in my garage today. Oh, it's chilly. I need to turn on my little. Okay, Bitcoin's looking good. It's moving towards that TP there. We'll see how it plays out. Like this could be someone's, trigger to go short. Right? Like this could be someone's signal to go short here. If I lose this Bitcoin trade, I will run a mile. Looking good. This Bitcoin trade's looking good. If you're watching on TikTok, I recommend like turning your phone sideways and you'll see both my screens when you do that. You'll see my Bitcoin trade. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's going to be... Yeah. way better. Yeah, because that's the nice thing about TikTok. You can do the dual screen. Like if your portrait, you can see the one, but if you turn it sideways, you can see a better version. I highly recommend going horizontal. Like the portrait version sucks. So I'm interested to see now or Bitcoin NQ's doing what I want. I want to see it come attack these lows here and that day low and see the reaction we get from down here. Bitcoin's doing exactly what I want. Let's go, Bitcoin. Looks like it's going to hit TP. And we're going to take 75% off at TP. If you hear cha-ching, that means we hit. Oh my, so close. So close. I had it a little off. It was like 1.92. And almost hit TP. It was very close. Nice, dude. Let's go. No mile for you. So we inverted this 5-minute fair value gap on Bitcoin. Looking great. Now what I would love to see, can we get a 5-minute fair value gap here? Exactly. There you go. Nice, not a believer. Yeah. Yeah, right? Like equilibrium in that. Look for the retracement. You get a nice sell-off on NQ. I'm looking for the potential long opportunity here on NQ if my 1-minute kill shot presents itself down at the bottom here. I've taken off quite a bit of risk on Bitcoin here. There's this 1-minute high here that I definitely don't want to see price come back up to. This 1-minute high right here. And so I scooched it down a little bit and we've taken off quite a bit of our risk. I don't want to see this completely retrace, hopefully. In regards to Bitcoin, not NQ. Dang, I can't believe Bitcoin didn't hit the TP. That's so frustrating. if Bitcoin comes all the way back up. Yeah, Bitcoin literally might retrace this whole move down. Dang. It just missed the TP too. It's not over yet, but man, this would be a bummer. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take. That's why I didn't want to take any kind of short here on NQ, because this level's so important. It could easily just start pushing really hard. It could start having a V-shaped recovery here. Did it? Oh, so frustrating. Yeah, on the futures over here, it just missed it. Like literally just barely missed it. I mean, it's not over. It still could definitely hit it. We haven't been stopped out or anything. But it got really close and now it's literally retracing. I thought with this inverse fair value gap, I thought for sure would be good and just start targeting London low again and this external range liquidity down here. I'm in on a Bitcoin short, so it's a little different. I'm in on a Bitcoin short, but I'm not in on NQ. You'll see my position if I'm in. Bitcoin did something much different. Bitcoin did my model, and so I went on a Bitcoin short. Let's look at MES. Yeah, look at MES. Look at ES and the way it's reacting on the stay low. Look at the way NQ is reacting. Still nothing. I still want to see a retracement back down to these levels here and a fill of this new week opening gap. This week opening gap has yet to be completely filled. Gold hasn't hit really any like key levels for me yet and hasn't given me any kind of like setup. So still waiting on that too. So we'll just sit on our hands for now. Not a believer. If you go horizontal, you'll see my Bitcoin. You'll see my Bitcoin trade. What I'm really hoping is that Bitcoin can give us an order block here. On this 5-minute time frame, we can take off risk and move stops into profit. Let me fill your fair value gap. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. That's funny. That got me laughing. Yeah, it's way better than the portrait ability to watch. Nothing right now. We're not up anything right now. We're currently in a Bitcoin trade that could win. It's in profit, but right now it's not looking. I don't love the way it looks, but nothing's been able to tell me yet that I can move stops down into profit. So I'm just gonna kind of be patient here. NQ. Yeah, see, look, NQ is still ripping. I wonder if Bitcoin's gonna follow. I think I'll move my stops to break even here on Bitcoin because I'm not liking what I'm seeing on this chart. This looks like it's gonna continue bullish here. There's displacement happening to the upside. And we were very close to TP, and the fact I don't want this to turn into a losing trade. So I'll just stops are moved to break even on Bitcoin. The platform you see on my screen is TradingView. We're gonna move. All right. Why is it right there? Is where we're at. Yeah, I don't like what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's continuing structure the upside on the 1 minute. It looks like this trade. Dang, that's so frustrating, dude. It literally was so. That's why I wanted to move my stops down, because it literally almost hit TP, and now it looks like it actually is gonna. It looks like it's gonna actually come back up and target bullish external range liquidity, and create a bullish order block here. That's crazy. I honestly, on NQ right here, this looks like a V-shaped recovery to me. It's inverted fair value gaps. If you go to the 15-minute, it's inverting 15-minute fair value gap. It just did. This looks like big NQ's about to rip. So we got stopped out there on NQ. Or Bitcoin, I mean, sorry. So many things talking about at once. That's a bummer that it didn't hit TP on that. It got so close, dude. But we didn't. I don't think we lost that trade. It's basically a break-even trade. Yeah, the NQ looks like, honestly, it could attack the external range liquidity here. MES is ripping too. Let's go to the 15-minute. Yeah, ES is inverting fair value gaps too on the 15. Dude, yeah, look at NQ right now. Yeah, I'm just sorry, I'm just watching everything. But yeah, Scott, this is a trading view. It's what I use. Man, it's so frustrating on Bitcoin, dude. Looks like it might actually retrace. I want to do something real fast because there's no setups. Oh, wrong one. There's no setups I'm seeing. So what I want to do, and I want to get into the habit of doing this more on stream, is this. I want to journal these trades, right? So Bitcoin, we just took this trade, right? We're going to take a screenshot of it. And we're going to journal it. I tell you guys about journaling. I tell you guys you should be doing it. And so I'm going to lead by example and start doing it on stream. So we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to journal, what did I do? So journal, BTC swept M5 high and M1 IFVG on time frame. Formation on 1 minute kill shot. I moved stops to BE when price almost hit TP and then retraced all the way back up. Now, and something important to note here with this is a rule break. So I'm going to put in all caps, rule broken. I should have waited for M5 OB. I don't know yet if it hit TP or not. So in our post market, we'll go back to Bitcoin and we'll see, did Bitcoin end up hitting TP or not? And did this rule break that we did over here bite us in the butt? I wish I could do multiple columns. Okay. We also took a gold trade. Okay, we also took a gold trade, which was this guy right here, right? This 9:30 a.m. candle. It was on this one. This one also failed. Okay. Yeah, I love TradeZella. TradeZella is my go-to trade journal. I love it. It's this for gold. We're gonna journal this one. GC swept a M5 low and inverted a M1 FVG, giving us a OMK confirmation. Price on higher time frame ultimately bullish, but lower time frames hit into a higher time frame key level. M15 fair value gap. and rejected that level. Higher time frame looked like it could have a large retrace, and that's what it did. No rules broken. Okay, no rules were broken on that one. And then we just journal. We're gonna delete these now. I'm gonna leave this here so then we get notified if TP gets hit on Bitcoin. But I always talk about trade journaling, and I'm gonna lead by example and start doing it on stream, because trade journaling is the only way you learn from your mistakes, learn from your successes. Okay. And I'm still on my learning journey for trading, and so trade journaling is extremely important. But if you use code Maniac, you can get up to 20% off, I think, on TradeZella, which is the trade journal I use. It also provides back testing too. By far my favorite software I have for trading. It's amazing. It looks like, yeah, it's frustrating. I broke my rule. And look what price is doing on Bitcoin. Stop losses should technically still be here. We would have never gone even stopped out. And price looks like it's giving us an order block, so stop loss would be moved to here in profit. And because I almost hit TP, I was like, oh man, like that should have hit TP. Well, let's not turn this trade into a losing trade, because I just didn't want to turn this one that went all the way down into that profit, almost RTP. Like, I don't want to turn that into a loser. So I moved it to the break even. And now look what it's doing. When there's a reason why you have a model, there's a reason why you have a system, and you got to let it play out. And I think me breaking my rule here is another mistake. I hate these learning lessons, dude. I hate these learning lessons, bro. Yeah, it's literally gonna give me an order block, and then it's literally gonna hit TP. That's frustrating on Bitcoin. Yep. Looks like price is gonna go to TP. Dang it. Ah. Well, you guys see the wins and you guys see the losses. I don't hide either of them. Really, my hope is, honestly, like, if I lose for the rest of 2025, whatever. But the thing is that I better not learn from the losses. So then 2026, we just kill 2026. But 2025 has been a crazy learning lesson. I've learned a lot this year. I've learned a ton this year. I've had good steps forward in my trading. I've had good accomplishments like getting a payout. And I'm hoping that we get all these stupid losses out of the way for the rest of 2025. Like this one I just did with Bitcoin. Like, okay, but that's why we go over here. Yeah, there's a 5-minute order block too, right? On entry for Bitcoin, right? So like if you wanted to do a 5-minute or a sniper's trap, right? You could take this 5-minute order block that's presenting itself right now. Thank you guys so much for the likes. We've had 245 people on stream. I appreciate you guys. But it looks like we're gonna hit this. Yeah. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna wait for it to see if it hits TP, and then we're gonna take another screenshot and then take a note in our journal for Bitcoin that our rule bit us in the butt, and we should have just stuck to the rule. And then tomorrow we'll review this before market, before we trade. All right, we might not get the order block yet. Okay, we didn't get the order block, so technically price or stop loss should still be way up here. But I think we're gonna get that order block. The National Problem Gambling Hotline. Thanks for that, Megaton. But we're not gambling. Yeah, I want to see if NQ will come all the way down to this low here and finally give me what I'm looking for. I want to see if NQ will retrace this entire move, sweep this low, give me a 1-minute kill shot down in this new week opening gap, and then give us what we're looking for. Thank you so much for the follow, Daniel. I appreciate you. Thank you also, No Finesse, for the follow. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. We're almost to our this week's goal of hitting 1,200 followers on TikTok. We're almost there. Sure, I can use it. It's actually like half full. I'm good. I have a sandwich though. The last one. You also have the 5-minute order block here on Bitcoin. Yep, look at that. Ah, that's so frustrating for Bitcoin. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. We're gonna take a note. So frustrating. Bitcoin. Let's see. Our rule bit us in the butt. Price ended up hitting TP and giving a M5 OB to move. Stops too. Dang. I'm also interested to see what does Bitcoin do at these lows here. Ultimately, I think Bitcoin is bearish. I think we're going to go lower to Asia lows and day lows. But we'll see what the reaction is at these lows here. NQ's almost those levels that I'm looking for. We'll see what NQ does down here. I'm kind of bummed NQ didn't hit these highs here. This would be a great short, but it just missed my target up here of these M5 highs. On 17-minute NQ. I don't use the 17, but I'll go to 15. What do you mean zoom out? I think NQ is going to be giving a bullish opportunity here. Yeah, this new week opening gap price is coming back down to, and it's in the discount of right here of this impulse. Very important level. Copper no. Okay. All right. I don't trade Tesla. I don't really trade stocks. I trade on futures prop firms, so I don't really know anything about Tesla. Sorry, I don't trade stocks. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Down. Okay. I got a breakfast. Hey, Copper, go lay down. Hey, go lay down. Stay. I got a breakfast sandwich out here. My dog's all excited. Like, he thinks he's going to get it. Yeah, you're not getting anything, sucker. Okay. Now stops on Bitcoin would be moved there. Dang. Let's go, Sean. Good job, dude. Go lay down. Hey, go lay down. So for Bitcoin, for me, even if a 1 minute kill shot sets up for this long here, right now I can't take it because this 1 minute kill shot worked and I messed it up, and that should have ended a screen for the day. So I can't take another one just because I ruined my own rules. Good morning, Netwave. Hope you're having a good day. Well, so today's break even for Bitcoin. It's a little green. It's like $6 green, but I'm gonna just call that break even because when you have fees, it's just break even. Yep. Because for me, if I allow myself more trades a day, I'm not consistently profitable right now, right? Like, I'm still on my learning journey. I'm still figuring things out. So say if I allow myself to take like 5 trades a day, 10 trades a day, all I'm going to do is get myself in a hole. You know? Well, once I get consistently profitable and I know, like, okay, I know my trades. This is my exact win rate. This is my data, right? When I'm consistent over time, then I'll say, hey, all right, we took a win. If we get the proper setup, we'll take another one. It's your rule. It's my rule. Top Step, you can take, they'll let you take as many trades as you want in a day. They don't care. Top Step will let you take 1,000 trades a day. Your only rule is you can't lose the maximum loss limit, right? Which, if you had a 50K account, it's $2 grand. But I limit myself because I know where I'm at in my journey. I know where I'm at in my profitability and my trading, and I need to be limited right now. So for me, on my futures accounts, I can only take 3 trades a day, and on my Bitcoin accounts, I can only take 3 trades a day. Now, if the first trade of the day that I was able to take plays out and it ends green and I miss it or I mess it up and I still lose, I'm not allowed to take the next trade because I messed it up. And if I take the next one, it's unlikely that it's going to work. And so I'll just like hurt myself even more. Does that make sense? So like, for example, the Bitcoin trade that we took, because I ruined it, because I moved my stops too early or whatever, I can't take another one because this one actually should have worked and given us $100 for the day. But I messed it up, so that's my own bad. And so now we gotta wait until Asia session for Bitcoin if we want to take another trade. I've been trading futures for 2 years now. I've been trading futures for 2 years. It's been a long journey. It's been hard. It's been, honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the hardest things I've ever tried to accomplish. But I think it's so worth it. Like, I think the payoff once it's figured out is going to be so worth it. It's just a matter of time. And it's a matter of, am I willing to put in the work, right? I think a lot of people think, oh, if I just keep trading, you know, I keep taking trades, it'll eventually just come to me. But a lot of people aren't willing to do the work of like the journaling, the back testing, the, you know, keep holding yourself accountable, the discipline part. People just think if you put time in the charts, you're just going to get better. And that's not the case at all. I actually had a conversation with one of my mentors yesterday, and he was talking about like why Tom Brady is so exceptional. and he was able to just have so many championship wins and have so many, you know, Super Bowls under his belt. And then he goes to a new team, Tampa Bay, and does the same thing, right? It's because unlike other quarterbacks, that's why he's one of the greatest, because the time he puts into the study, the time he puts into the practice, the time he puts into the understanding other teams, he would do it like no other, right? That's what made him a great. Same with like Kobe, right? Or Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry will make every single shot that he takes in the basketball court. It's because he's done thousands of shots during that week to make sure that when it comes to game time, he makes those shots when it counts. But you don't see the thousands of times he misses his shot in practice, right? Because he's perfecting his thing. What's done in private is what's going to happen in public, right? So if in private, you're not taking your time, you're not practicing, you're not journaling, you're not putting in that effort and that discipline to learn and better yourself, when you go to actually trade, it's going to show. And so for me, I've been putting in the time, I've been putting in the grind, and it's taken a long time. It hasn't paid off yet, but it will. I know it will. And the reason why I do this live streaming and the content stuff is so you guys can, you know, learn and do that practice with me, and then also learn from what kind of practice do I do, so you could go do it too. Thank you, Sean. I know I kind of went on a little rant there. Yeah, TradingView has so here I'll show you right now actually, Scott. If you go to TradingView, if you go into the here, I'm gonna log out of my TradeOvate real fast and I'll show you. So if you go to TradingView, at the bottom of your screen, when you open up, right, you're gonna have your charts. When you go to the bottom of the screen, there's gonna be something called Trading Panel. And if you look at Trading Panel, TradingView automatically comes with paper trading. And you can paper trade futures contracts for Nasdaq, Bitcoin, ES, gold, silver, whatever asset you like, right? Whatever futures contract you want to trade, you can log into your paper trading account. I think it starts off with 100K, and you can paper trade. But I also recommend, what I also recommend a lot of, let me log back in here just so I don't forget. What I also recommend is, say if you have TradeZella, TradeZella has what's called back testing. So if you go into TradeZella and say you're like, okay, I want to figure out a futures contract trading model, right? Is it going to be a 5-minute liquidity sweep, inverse breakout, whatever it is, right? Or is it one of the ones I have, right? If you go to my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, I've given 3 models in my latest video. You can take those and come into create a session, right? And you can back test and name it whatever you want. You can back test all the way back to, let's see how far back we could go. How far back could we go? To 1900. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going back that far, but you could back test all of 2025 on that model and then get data, right? So what does it look like when you back test, right? Then you get session results. And then you can see within your model, here's my session results. In this account, a 50K account trading 3 micro contracts, we're up $3,800. We have a 55% win rate, 1.81 profit factor, 71.43% day win percentage, and then a 1.5 profit factor is the average win to loss. Right? So for me, when I look at this, I see I need to get my average win to loss up, and I need to get my profit factor up, and ideally we can get that trade win percentage up. So how do we do that, right? What are things that I'm spotting in my back test that can make it better? I highly recommend doing back testing. It's a huge, huge tool that's super, super helpful. Yeah. I love your interest in futures though, Scott. I love it. I love that you came across my, channel, and I hope I can be a good resource for you. Let's go, Sean. Let's go, dude. Which one? No finesse. This one or this one? The one with all the data is TradeZella. If you go into the link in my bio, actually TikTok I don't think lets me have. I don't know why TikTok won't let me put a link tree in my bio. But if you go to my YouTube, can I put links in the chat? Let me see. Let me see if I can put links in the chat. This link, I don't know if that link works. Maybe you can copy and paste that. But if you go to my link tree, that's where you can go to my to find TradeZella. But this is TradeZella. You can also link your brokers. So if you go into So if you go into tracking, you can add your accounts. So you can add Top Step, you can add Trade Locker, you know, C-Trade, Interactive Broker, TradeEvade. Like there's a bunch more. You could also search your prop firm, whatever. Like they have a bunch of ones you can like add in, and it'll auto sync your trades to your it'll auto sync your trades to your platform. Let's go to today. Okay, looks like Nasdaq here is going to be diving through this point. We filled this new week opening gap. I'm interested to see what happens here, but honestly, this looks pretty bearish. And if you also look at S&P 500, look at that. Look at S&P 500. No trade opportunities for us on NQ or S&P 500 today. NQ was close to giving us one, but just missed it. I'm new. Mind tell me what a broker is? Oh, yeah. So broker is where you'll have money to trade, right? So TradeEvade is what's called a broker. So Apex is a prop firm. You'll buy a 50K account with Apex, and they'll open you a brokerage account with TradeEvade. So TradeEvade is just the place you execute trades, the places that's going to allow you to create trades. You can also not use a prop firm, and you can go straight to TradeEvade. Like I went straight to TradeEvade and put money in an account, and you can put your own money in instead of going to prop firms, and you can just trade that with a broker. Thank you so much for the follow. What is Forex used for? Forex is trading currencies. So like the US dollar, the British pound, the like NZD, what is that? The New Zealand dollar, the yen. So Forex is trading currencies like that are around the world. Daniel, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. It's just a different type, right? There's futures where you can trade indices, things like gold, oil, Bitcoin, and then there's Forex where you can trade currencies like, yeah, the dollar and stuff like that. I hope that makes sense. Futures, in my opinion, is way better because Forex, you have spreads. You won't get filled as well. Like it's a much different than futures. I think futures is a way better opportunity in my opinion. Some people really love Forex, but like I think futures for like anybody starting off in trading, I think futures is the way to go. You can start off small. You can utilize things like prop firms. You can utilize things like paper trading and stuff, and like have really good opportunities. Let's look at gold. Gold looked like it potentially could give us an opportunity here if it decided to sweep these lows. What's it called? Futures trading, like the website? Sorry, no finesse. What do you mean by that? What is it called? Futures trading. Futures trading is just a type. There's Forex trading. There's like Forex trading, futures trading, options trading, and then like stock trading, right? So it's just a type of trading. Are you looking for like a prop firm website? No finesse, like you want to check out a prop firm website where you can go and get an account. Okay, this Bitcoin trade would have been great. Would have been, stop loss would be down to here now. Yeah, this trade, dang, dude. And we're about to get another order block on Bitcoin. Been a killer trade. Actually, we gotta wait for it to close. It just opened. I've got a trading account, but I low-key don't know what else I need for that. So if you're looking to do, okay, it sounds like you're starting from like the beginning, right? No finesse. I would say start off with your TradingView account, and if you want to invest in something, if you have some money where you're like, hey, I would like to invest in a little bit of my education, I would say buy a TradeZella subscription and go in and do some back testing. And then after you've done a session of back testing, you figured out something that works, right? You have a model or something that you can go into the market and utilize to actually trade. Once you figure that out, then go back to TradingView and paper trade. And then paper trade the live market. So wake up in the morning at New York Open, or if you trade London session or Asia session, whatever it is, wake up to that session or get to that session and live trade it with paper trading. That's what it sounds like. You're at that point in your journey. That's what I would highly recommend you do. You have that TradingView account. If you have some money, invest in backtesting software like TradeZella, because it'll give you your data. It'll give you everything. Now, if you don't have money and you're like, I don't have any money to invest in my journey, or I don't have any money to invest in my education, TradingView can do backtesting. It just won't give you the numbers. It won't tell you like the win rate. It won't tell you your profit factor. It doesn't give you that data, but you can backtest on TradingView if you want. It's called bar replay. I don't know if it actually comes with free. You might have to pay for TradingView for backtesting. I don't know, actually. If you have to pay for it on TradingView, I'd say don't pay for it on TradingView. Pay for it on TradeZella. It's way better. And if you use my discount code, I'll give you 20% off. And I think it's like $20 a month or less than that. Okay, nice. Yeah, I would say do that. That's what I would do. If I could start over from nothing, I would invest in my TradeZella, back test, and then I would forward test in TradingView on paper trading until I can have 3 green months in a row, like in my very beginning journey. Once I can have 3 green months in a row, then go to like a prop firm or put money in an account and start trading live money. And I highly recommend, don't come into trading think it's a get rich quick scheme. It's not a get rich quick thing. It takes time. Now some people it is a very fast process for some people. Some people get it really quickly. But let me tell you, 99% of people do not. There's a reason why prop firms exist and why they're so profitable. Like I'll show you some stats. So here's the stats from. Here's some stats from Top Step. Where's those stats from Top Step that was going viral? Here we go, right here, this one. So, Top Step, right? One of the biggest prop firms, right? So in 2024, they had 100,000 traders trading in 2024. 12.4% of those traders were able to pass a combine, which means get an evaluation. Okay. Now, 3.5% were able to actually receive a payout. Okay. So only 3,500 people out of 100,000 traders last year on Top Step were able to actually receive a payout. And only 0.1% could actually get to a fully live traders, which means to get to a fully live trader means you're consistently taking a payout from Top Step, where you're consistently profitable, right? So that means out of 100,000 people last year, only less than 100 people were able to be consistently profitable trading Top Step. Less than 1%, less than 0.5% of people, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes a lot of work to get to that consistently profitable trading. It's hard. And it's going to take time, but if you're willing to put in that work and you're willing to put in that effort, it'll pay off. Challenge accepted, right? That's my goal. I want to get to that 0.1%. That my goal is to get to that 0.1%. I'm in the 3.5% right now. So I was able to lock in a payout, right? So, I was able to get to here. Where'd that picture go? I've made it to payout, right? I'm in the 3.5% right now. I've made it to this. Now my goal is to make it to this. This is when you're beating the prop firm. When you get to live funded, the prop firm's like, okay, enough. You've taken enough payouts. You need to start making us money. Essentially what they do is they give you then real money. They give you, like, say if you had $100,000, they will actually give you $100,000 to trade. And you can trade their money, right? So like in order to get to this, you have to be a very, very profitable trader. But right now I'm in the 3.5%. That's where I'm at. I've been able to receive a payout. Okay, gold didn't hit my levels I was looking for. And looks like it's actually going to continue upwards here. Kind of bummed. NQ filled that new week opening gap. We'll see what NQ does here. It's finally filled that new week opening gap. And now I really want to see. This is ideal. This is the most ideal setup for a long, potentially, if it comes and sweeps this low for me. What is MES doing? So MES, this is MES's new week opening gap, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Yeah. So MES has not filled its new week opening gap yet. This is its new week opening gap. So it's not there yet. Where MNQ has filled it. All right. I'm going to give my dog a little treat. You want a little treat? You want a little treat? Take that. There you go. There you go, bud. That's yummy, huh? Yeah, you did good. End up getting a little piece, didn't you? Little sucker. Well, Bitcoin's just rubbing it in my face now at this point. Oops. I didn't mean to set that off. Let's go. We're almost at 500 views on our TikTok stream. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for the likes and the follows. We're almost to our goal. We need less than 50 people in order to get to 1,200 by end of week. Thank you, Chill Guy, for liking the stream. If you guys can, if you're watching right now, if you could shoot me a follow, like the stream, share it. We really appreciate it. Any interaction is always appreciated. Oh, man. Thank you, chill guy. I appreciate you. Hey, I'm grinding, man. Like I'm gonna put in the work. You guys will see me one day I'll be one of those traders where they're like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna say I got lucky, right? Everyone's gonna not see the work, but you guys that are supporting me early, I really appreciate you guys, because right now I'm not the guy that I really want to be or I'm at yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Bitcoin's still pushing down and giving us order blocks. We'd be up at a 2.8 R at this point. I've been debating too something on like my trading. I've been debating too on like not taking TPs anymore at 2R and just trailing order blocks and just letting the trade go on trades, because like a lot of times 2R for me when I'm setting up the 2R, it's before external range liquidity, and external range liquidity typically is where we're targeting for that position. And so I'm like, I wonder if I instead of taking a TP at 2R and trailed order blocks instead and just let the trade run, keeping the 100% of my position, I could make a lot more money over time. And like, for example, for something like that, right? When you're in a trading model that works, but then you're like, hey, I wonder if I made a tweak. Don't make the tweak unless you do the backtesting data to prove that the tweak works. Ironically, my account got banned on X. I think they had a huge crackdown, and I don't know why they banned. Oh, dang, that's a bummer. I'm not really very active on X anymore. I have posts that are scheduled, and I post like my thoughts and stuff, but I don't really post on X anymore. You're not a bot, yeah. You're just a chill guy. That's all. Yeah. I just wanted to put more emphasis on creating on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I think those are the best platforms right now to create on. If you're going to be someone who's like actually trying to create something and create a brand and a business and a following, I think those are the 3 ones to really focus on. So I've been putting in, like, my goal is to hit a minimum of 3 videos a day, but really my goal is to hit 7 or 8 videos I'm creating a day. That's kind of been my goal lately. I want to get my YouTube ideally to 5K subs by end of year. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I have to double my following by end of year. And then my goal for TikTok is to get to 2K followers by end of year. And then my goal for Instagram is to get to 3K followers. And that would put me at like 10K followers across those 3. So we'll see. Oh, nice, Scott. Yeah, if that's not your niche, right, then probably just stick with your niche. Scott, you have way more followers than I do. Do you have any tips for me? I feel like I'm stuck. I can't get out of like 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers on TikTok. Like, I'm getting there. It's just taking time. But do you have any tips for me to get to like your level? That's my goal, is to get to like the 50K, 100K followers. I've been tracking my analytics of seeing how I can create better videos, or taking note of which videos perform better than others. I think there's a way you can integrate trading into your fitness content. Oh, nice. Okay. So posting the right thing and getting the right acknowledgement from someone. They think you're fake. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, okay. NQ here. Let's see, how many points is this? How much would I be risking? 60 points. It's a pretty large. It hasn't set up yet, but I'm watching this. I'm watching this on NQ. We just swept below this low here. After we filled this new week opening gap, I just want to see how price reacts here and if we can get a 1 minute inverse fair value gap, which would be this guy up here. Oh, I see. I see. They're like, what the heck is going on? One thing I'm going to take note of too on this Bitcoin trade is how far did we actually go and what did we miss out on? So that'll be something just to show myself like, hey, this is why we stick to our model. Look what you missed out on, right? I think this now, if we can get this next order block, that's like almost a 3-hour trade. Yeah. TikTok is finally not like banning me or like getting me in trouble on my content. On my lives, they used to restrict my lives because they said my content was unoriginal. And I didn't know what that meant, but they just kept saying my content's unoriginal and they would restrict my entire live stream. But finally, they're not restricting me. I'm finally like stoked that they're not restricting me anymore. I was getting super confused. Like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Sorry, hey, I'm getting some text messages. My bad. All right, I'm back. Let me check out gold. What does gold look like? Dang it, gold. You didn't give us the... If gold would have came down here a little lower and swept this, so that would have been a perfect opportunity. But it just missed it for us. MES looks like it's sweeping this low too. But I'm still not convinced yet of anything. I still think potentially because MES hasn't filled this gap down here, I think NQ could go lower because ES has failed to reach that level yet. So we could see maybe NQ, you know, go down a little bit lower. I don't think it would go down to this week low, but I could see us retracing down a little bit lower as ES keeps falling until ES kind of fills this gap, and then when they both fill that gap and they both start getting bullish momentum is when we flip. But if NQ gives me the signal, I'm willing to take it. Buy limit. What's up, consumers? Hope you're having a good day. All right, looks like NQ might give it to us here. We'll see. Okay, hasn't done it yet. Okay, didn't do it yet. We'll see what if it gives it to us or not. SMC, Smart Money Concepts. A little bit. Okay, it looks like price is respecting this fair value up here and might continue down lower. Dang, Bitcoin. Bitcoin would be at 2.96R right now. And it hit that target that I was looking for, Asia low and day low. Oh, that's so cool. I want to see how this 5-minute candle closes, but maybe we get something. But right now I don't like this candle formation right here to go long. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Oh, this is the 1 minute. I was like, why does gold look like that? I was so confused for a second. Yeah, I'm not interested in taking this anymore for NQ. Unless we get some kind of crazy rejection wick here, but Okay. All right. All right. I like that. I like that. We'll see. We'll see what it does here. I don't mind that wick though. Failed to close below these wick lows, still holding all these lows and leaving large wicks. Stops are a little tighter now. Actually, are they? Not really. A little tighter. We're taking off like 10 points by hopefully taking a little bit lower inverse fair value gap, but we'll see if it gives it to us. All right, and we might get an order block. We'll see. Oh, whoop. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if it gives it to us, see what it does here. Looks like it's respecting that fair value up again. Okay. I don't think it's gonna give it to us. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna. Maybe. Dude, sorry, I'm missing some chat stuff. War with Venezuela. Okay, still no inversion. I'm willing to take this risk. This could be a pretty powerful trade. We've filled that new week opening gap. We're getting some confirmation on our 1 minute kill shot. So I'm willing to take this risk if it presents itself. What I'm hoping is it doesn't run without us, because it's looking like it's getting kind of aggressive right here. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, I'm going to do it. It inverted it. So I'm willing to take this risk on this one. All right, I'll explain my reasoning behind this trade. Let's go to the 5 minute. This could play against us, right? Because we do have this lower time frame, strong bearish trend. But what reason why I'm willing to go long here? Price has failed to displace these lows not once but 3 times. We've filled the new week opening gap. We've hit these very important key levels, and this could be where price decides to start going long here. Right now it's not looking great. We're in drawdown actually right after it inverted that fair value gap. But I'm willing to take that risk. I've been waiting for a price to do this, and I'm willing to take a stab at it. We'll see if it works out and plays in our favor. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to play in our favor. But we'll see how price reacts to this 1 minute low. Maybe it holds. And just like we learned from Bitcoin over here, I'm not I'm going to stick to my discipline and stick to my model of waiting for those 5-minute order blocks in order to take off risk. And so hopefully this one plays in our favor. But oh wait, I don't like that. That 5 minute just closed below this wick. It hasn't closed these lows yet, which are the more important ones, but I don't like that it just did that. That kind of plays against us. It doesn't give me a confirmation of close yet, but let's see what MES looks like. MES is pushing further. Yeah, this might play against us here. And this is my second trade on my futures account. So if this one doesn't work out, I think I'm going to just call it for the day on trading on futures. And I'm going to wait for Asia session and let New York kind of do its thing. Because if this one doesn't flip and this one doesn't work out for us, like on this 1 minute kill shot setup, I'm not going to try to keep stabbing and like waiting for those setups. And I'm going to be, I'd rather just wait for kind of New York to do its thing, get all the sell-offs shake off. Hopefully MES can fill that new week opening gap if it doesn't work, and then we can get something here. But yeah, we'll see how this one plays out, though. It's not over. It's not done. It's a bummer that we're in drawdown, but it's a bummer that it starts off in drawdown. But maybe we can invert this 1 minute fair value up here that just formed. Because I think if this is indeed where price is going to start shooting up, it should be aggressive. Like once it hopefully if it could start breaking these highs on this 1 minute time frame, this move should be very aggressive, like very strong. But if it doesn't work, then it's okay. We're not at that time yet, and then we'll sit on our hands until the next session, and we'll be a little bit more patient. Hopefully we can get some better setups. But I'm willing to take this stab because we've been waiting for this to be filled all week. We've been waiting for this new week opening gap to be filled. We've been waiting for confirmation at these levels, and we finally have gotten it. So I'm willing to execute, and hopefully it plays in our favor. But if not, it'll come. But if this does play in our favor, this could be a really, really good aggressive move and a large move to the upside. How's MES doing? MES is like starting to hit into some of these key levels. MES did though close below this low here. Oh wait, was that on the 1 minute? Let me see the 5 minute here. See, MES is failing to close below these lows also, so I'm hoping maybe NQ could be the leading index here and start pushing upwards, and then hopefully get ES to start pushing upwards also. But I think if we could break some of these 5 minute highs, let me mark out some of these highs, but if we could start breaking above them, I think we should start getting some displacement. And then this 5 minute high too. So this is an aggressive trade. Like if in regards to trades, this one's very aggressive. This isn't like a... All right, let's see. Those blue lines are the levels we've been like watching, or the 5 minute highs that we would like to see the 1 minute time frame start pushing above. And we should, if we're able to reach those levels, we should see price like shooting through. There we go. Price inverted this fair value gap. Hopefully we can get some continuation here. And I learned my lesson from Bitcoin over here. We're waiting for 5 minute order blocks. At this point, I would rather be stopped out than not follow my rule. I'd rather follow my rule because my rule has played out more times than not. And I always kick myself for not following the rule. Good morning. Good morning. That's Copper. I'll be right back, guys. My daughter just came out to say hi. All right. I'm liking this reaction I'm seeing here. Price is respecting this inverse fair value gap. Now can we, here's another level. I want to see price break above this 1 minute high here. I think if we can start targeting these wick highs here, we should start seeing what we want. But we have yet to hit any of them. Price will shoot up and then it kind of fails, but if we can hit those, I think we should be pretty good. If we could reach them. There we go. Engulfing the downward momentum. I like it. I like it. Can we continue to keep engulfing? Come on. Come on, NQ. Give us a dub. You've been bullying us lately, NQ. Give us some win. See, every time it starts getting close to those highs, you see that rejection. I'm hoping we can hit those through those highs and then see the boom, like a push through. Why are you buying during consolidation? I'm not buying during consolidation. I'm following my model. I mean, there is consolidation here, yeah, but I have a specific trading model that I follow, which is probably different than your model. What is your model slash strat? Yeah. So I wait for, this whole week we've been waiting for this new week opening gap to be filled, right? So this new week opening gap on Nasdaq has just been filled. So that was one of our key confirmations to be waiting for this week. Okay. Now, another thing is there was a day low in here that we're also waiting for. Now that this has been filled, the 5-minute time frame has failed to displace these wick lows here. See all these wick lows? 5-minute time frame came down and failed to displace them. That for me is a confirmation of 5-minute liquidity sweep. Then now price is pushing up higher. Then I go down to the 1 minute and I wait for the 1 minute to invert a fair value gap. We have this 1 minute inverse fair value gap right here. I'll mark it out. Right there. That gives me my first confirmation. Okay, we can take an entry. There's signs of momentum to the upside that we might flip and get a reversal here. And yeah, so now my stop loss trails 5-minute order blocks, and our first TP will be at 2 hours. So I just stick to my model and keep it mechanical. The price is doing exactly what I was hoping. Now I'm hoping it can close through these highs too. Should give us some displacement through these highs. Yep. Right. That's perfect. Now I want this candle to close with a strong body. I don't want it to come wick down. I want a strong body closure. Thank you. I appreciate it. I call it the 1 minute kill shot. That's a great body closure. Close above these wick highs here. I really like that. That's some market structure shift here. And now this high here would be a break in structure. This high here would be very important to break above on the 1 minute. We have an order block that just formed, but our stop loss is already at the lowest point of that order block, so we don't get to move our stop loss up yet. So this high has been broken. This high has been broken. This high has not been broken yet. We're getting some rejection off this high. I'm hoping we can see some pushing through it. And this high is the important one on the 1 minute time frame. I also look for, so 5 minute liquidity sweep, 1 minute inverse fair value gap. That's one. But then also I'm looking at the higher time frame, right? So if we look at the 1 hour, right? 1 hour has this big impulse move here. And 1 hour just entered into our discounted area. Right? We've just hit into discount here after filling the new week opening gap and getting some 1 minute confirmations to go higher. So we've also hit into discount. That's another confluence for me. Now price could go lower and price could come and target external range liquidity and we could get stopped out here, right? Price could keep going. But that's also another confluence for me that we have entered into discount on this. Yeah, it looks like this might not work out. This is an aggressive trade though. Like this one that we're taking here is very aggressive trade. I like this market structure shift though here. Hopefully that price can kind of hold this inverse fair value gap. If not, I think we're gonna, yeah, we might get stopped out here. Here's another fresh fair value gap on the 1 minute. Maybe we can come up and inverse that again. But honestly, at this point, I don't love what just happened. And I don't know if this trade is going to actually play out. Let me see what MES looks like right now. Yeah, MES had a big sell-off too after it kind of broke these highs. Yeah. Not looking great. We honestly, what could happen too is one more liquidity sweep, right? Or it could keep pushing down lower because ES has still yet to fill that new week opening gap. Yeah, it might not work out here. Okay, this order block or fair value gap now. Can we invert this guy? Yeah, I think if we break this low here on the 1 minute, we're going to get stopped out. If we can hold it though and stay above it, that'd be really good. Not liking this. Yeah, I think we're gonna get stopped out. Yep. Yes, just it. I think stop just got filled. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that trade didn't work. So we're gonna sit on our hands now. We're gonna sit on our hands and kind of wait for this sell-off to finish and come back in Asia session. And we'll trade in gold in that and wait for New York session tomorrow to retrade NQ. But that was our one stab on NQ today. It was an aggressive trade, right? Trying to catch that reversal after filling the new week opening gap. And it looks like price is going to keep going down further. So we'll sit on our hands for right now. We took one loss on NQ, and we'll come back after this is kind of done selling off and come back tomorrow and see what potential opportunities are tomorrow. Let's see gold. What does gold look like right now? MES. Yeah, looking bearish. MNQ. Yeah. Okay, MNQ might... I mean, we could actually... I mean, this could actually get pretty bad for Nasdaq if it decides to come down to this week low. Or the daytime frame. Oh, let's trade journal. I almost forgot to trade journal. I'm going to try to be way better at doing that. So let's trade journal this one. I think this was a really good trade. I think this was a... You don't make calls on the fall, only highs. I didn't take any trades on the... My model didn't present itself to take a short. It almost did. So, like, if my model's not there, I don't take a trade. Like, even though, like, right, sells are pretty apparent today. But if my model's not there, I just don't take a trade. Like, I'm down to take shorts, but it just wasn't... My model wasn't there, so I didn't get to get the opportunity. Like, over here on Bitcoin, we had a... If you turn on TikTok, if you turn the screen sideways to the horizontal, you'll see both my screens. And TikTok, we took a short on Bitcoin. Presented itself on Bitcoin, but no shorts for me presented itself on my model. And I only take trades if it's on my model. So let me show you. Let's trade journal this trade here. Let's actually mark it up so it's back on the screen. Actually, let's just... Can we just... Where did it go? Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. We're going to take a screenshot of this and we're going to take some notes. Right? I don't think this was a bad trade. It was an aggressive one, but I don't think it was a poorly executed trade. Let's do this. Okay. And when I do these live streams, I'm not making calls. Like the reason why I'm doing these live streams is not for you to copy trade me. That's not why I do these live streams. Live market on M&Q. Okay, let's do some trade journaling here. Swept M5 highs after filling the new WOG. Price on the M1 inverted a FVG, giving us a 1-minute kill shot confirmation. This was going against the lower time frame trend of aggressive sell-off. Okay. Yeah, you're very entertaining. Thank you. I appreciate it. S&T at the swing highs had to fill all those weak opening gaps. Yeah. Well, we finally filled the in Q1, but ES looks like it's just now entering that new week opening gap. And I want to see ES also fill this. So I'm going to wait for tomorrow to take any more trades here on InQ or ES. I just don't think I'm kind of bummed that it never set up a short opportunity for us to get jumped in here. This one was so close to doing it. If InQ would have hit this high here and then given us this, would have been a perfect short opportunity, but it just missed it. But if you take losses and don't learn from them, like what I'm doing with the trade journaling, then a loss is just a useless loss, right? Like you're not learning from it. So for me, I want to journal this of what do I see that we could have done better, right? There's the aggressive sell-off. There's the fact. Oh, I also want to make this note. Yes, also didn't fill the new WOG. So ES was still looking very bearish. Price followed that bearish. Yes, and in Q build. Okay. There, those are some notes for tomorrow. All right, we can delete these guys. Clean this up a little bit. See something. Okay, we inverted this guy and we inverted this guy, so those are irrelevant now. This is really the most important level for me on ES. This is that new week opening gap and that day low down there. I want to see this get filled. Oh, Easton, thank you so much for that. What is that? The TikTok one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Easton. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. Gold. Gold would be one that I'm open to taking along if it ends up presenting itself. But gold's not quite into discount yet. I kind of would like to see it hit this discount level. I'd also maybe like to see it give us a short opportunity if it wanted to sweep a high. All right, it's 9 a.m. Okay. I'm gonna set an alert at this low or this level of the new week opening gap. And I'm gonna set an alert of crossing down only once. ES filled new WOG. That'll be an alert for us. So if ES comes and fills that, then I'll be down to look for a trade opportunity. And gold, okay. Okay. Sweet. Those are the levels I'm looking at for gold right now. Okay. Q. All right. Okay, I think I might call the stream for now. We're just kind of sitting on our hands, waiting for things to kind of shake out here. We took 2 losses on our futures contracts and break even on Bitcoin. We messed up this trade over here. We journaled it all. We are hopefully going to learn from our lessons, and then hopefully execute better during Asia session, and then also execute better tomorrow morning during New York session. You're going to start seeing me, guys, during the live stream do more trade journaling. That's going to be something we do a lot more. And just showing you guys how I trade journal, the benefits of it. We're going to like recap on our trade journals of what did we do right, what did we do wrong, so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for chatting. Thank you for asking your questions. I really appreciate all of you. We've gotten over 500, almost 600 people that viewed our stream today. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow morning at market open during New York session.